Wednesday, March the 28th. Lake level's right at 917. It's come up 2.5 feet in the last 24 hours. We've had a bunch of rain. It started raining Monday afternoon. It's been pretty steadily raining the last couple days. I haven't been out since Monday afternoon, so I don't know what all this water coming into the lake. It should be warm water, and it should really kick them fish on, get them fish fired up. There should be a good spinnerbait, chatterbait bite, jig in the backs of the pockets where that water's running in. And a lot of the reason I say that is because it's been real warm out. So the ground's a lot warmer than the water in the lake. So everything that's coming in should be several degrees warmer. And it also washes in a bunch of nutrients and stuff into the creek. So, like I say, it should get the bite, fired up quite a bit. But, the quality of the fish have been biting pretty good. They had, I think, the KVD Big Bass Bash this weekend. And there was a lot of good quality fish. I mean, it took about a 5-pounder to win every hour. I think it took a 7.5-pounder to win the boat. But even to get in the top 10, it took about, a heavy 3 or, almost a 4-pounder every hour for 2 days. So the quality of fish, definitely biting. Still, I'm not catching a lot of members. My best bite has still been on a crankbait, like Strike King, 3XD, red, wiggle warts, rock crawlers. Depends on the water clarity. A lot of reds, green crawdad. If the water's a little clearer, try like the green crawdad almost, or like a translucent bait. I'd say with all this rain, the lake had really good color. The only clear water was, within about, from the dam down lake about 5 miles, or up lake I should say. But Kimberling City, Baxter, Ants Creek, the lake had really settled out pretty good where it had, a nice kind of a green color to it. And I just looked, and it looks like the course just now started generating a bunch of water. So the upper rivers are going to be dirty again, and as they pull a bunch of water, it's going to pull that mud line, down lake. But if you go back into the creeks, even though it's real muddy and dirty, what do you got there? Get out of there. But look in the back of the creeks, you might have to go on past where the muddy water's coming in, and it should clear up back there. But you want to kind of fish right between that mud and clear water, or cleaner water, wherever that line is. But a lot of the baits, depending on how dirty, and I didn't mention the water temperature. The water temperature, I think Monday when I was out, I was up in Shell Knob area. It was about 52 degrees. Later last week, I did catch some decent jerkbait fish up around Eagle Rock. Now the water, once you get up the upper White River, up past the Kings, the water cleared back up. And when I got up around Rock Creek and Roaring River, it was more normal color. Had about 4 feet of visibility up there. But with the water and stuff that's coming into the lake, I'd really key on covering a lot of water with a spinnerbait. And depending on how dirty the water is, this is a War Eagle, it's a coleslaw, but I throw some big old thumper blades, Colorado, Indiana blades. This is a chartreuse and white. It's got painted blades, a little chartreuse kicker blade, a little Colorado, and a white Indiana. But I'd probably throw a half-ounce spinnerbait. Try to cover, like I say, quite a little bit of water. Find out where the fish are. And another thing I would throw as well would be, which we've been catching some fish on it, is chatterbaits. And I usually got 2 different kinds of chatterbaits I throw the original Z-Man chatterbait, chartreuse and white. And I've been throwing a half-ounce using like a 3-point, about a 3-inch swim bait. I'm using like a Rage Swimmer or a Kitech, or I've got some that Danger Close makes too. Also, I think it's the Speed Chat the Bass Pro makes will work fine too. The other chatterbait I'm throwing, it's a Rage blade. It's made by Strike King. And I think I talked a little bit about it last week. The main difference in these, The rage swimmer of a Strike King, if I'm staying in contact, if I'm finding I have to stay in contact with the bottom, I like it a little bit better. It's got like a football head. If the fish are more suspended in the water column, I like the Z-Man one a little bit better. But chartreuse and white's probably been the best color for me on it. And the bigger fish have been coming on it. Just got to be patient, but especially with the water coming up into the bushes right now, with the lake level at 917, just about any place you go on the lake, the buckbrush is going to have 2 feet of water, in it. And with the fish on the move, coming up, trying to get ready to spawn, and fish should go right to the bushes, especially with the water temperature rising. Even though we're getting quite a bit of rain, the nights haven't been cold. I don't think it's got much below 50 degrees. The good thing, hopefully, with the water and everything coming up right now, the fish are still, the water's got to get up about 8 degrees or so before they think about spawning, but they should be starting to do it within the next couple weeks. Hopefully, when the rain quits, the lake will settle down and kind of stabilize before they spawn. So right now, with it going up and stuff, it's not going to affect any of the spawn itself, but hopefully, when the water gets up about 58, 60 degrees and then fish start, the lake will stable out for 2 or 3 weeks so we can have a good spawn. But should be some good fishing. Even the last couple days, it's been warm enough that if a guy went out in the rain, probably had, some people had some good days with this new water coming into the lake. So I continue, I expect the lake to continue to rise. Just depends how much more rain we get. The thing is, everything that's Springfield and the watershed area, it takes a couple days for all that water to get to the lake. So even after it stops raining, we're still going to have 2 or 3 days of rising water. Hopefully it doesn't get too far out of hand, but gets around 920 or so. That won't be bad at all. That'll give us tons of cover to throw a spinnerbait in and even flip a jig, and like I said, hopefully fish will move right up into it. So until next week, good luck, good fishing.